Hi everyone, my name is Mamelodi. I thought it well just to share my hijacking experience with you, um, and also just to document the whole experience for myself. And yeah, it's something that I want to show my children one day. Um, so yeah, I hope it means something to you. I'm planning on making a few videos. This is plainly just going to be the story, what happened, and then after that I'll post one or two or three more videos just about the lessons that I've learned throughout this whole hijacking experience, and just revelations that I received yeah, from going through this trauma and all of that. So, yeah, I mean, this whole project, this whole thing started with us wanting to help our domestic worker to start her own business in Mamelodi. She's passionate about business, and to be honest, she's not a very good cleaner. um, so the idea was to really help her and empower her to start her own business in Mamelodi. It's a catering business, so the plan was to help her set up, purchase equipment for her, so that she can start this catering company in Mamelodi itself, making food and selling it to the community members. And so that was the plan. So I've got a lady that works for me. I'm not going to share her name. Let's say her name is Susan. I just want to protect her identity. So yeah, I've got a lady that works for me. Her name is Susan. Susan, I asked her to get involved in the whole project and to get prices for me, and yeah, just to take care of the admin side of it. And she did some research, got prices of everything that we need to purchase for my domestic worker. And then, yeah, she obviously asked a very legit question. Listen, is all of the stuff that we are going to buy going to fit inside the shack? Because, I mean, my domestic worker lives in Mamelodi in a shack, okay? And 2 shacks away from her living space is an empty shack that she wants to then convert into some sort of a catering company, fast food company, man. So she was like, listen, is all of this stuff going to fit inside there? I was like, sheesh, yeah, that's a very good question. And I mean, then the questions just rolled in. What about electricity, man? What about water? What about um, refuge removal? A lot of stuff. Um, and then we were like, yeah, no, flip. And I mean, to get any solid answers out of my domestic worker is always a challenge. I mean, I can't just ask her to go and take a photo and send it to us. She never has data or what. The phone is always broken or whatever. So I thought it, well, listen, yeah, let's just go there. Because I mean, I've been to a informal settlement before. I've actually got a video production company, and I have filmed inside an informal settlement before, and it was fine, man. It was 100% fine. The people was awesome. The people we met were absolutely amazing. There were no security issues whatsoever. I mean, it's where people live. That was my frame of reference. Okay, so I was like, I mean, I asked my domestic worker 10, 20 times, listen here, is it safe? She was just like, yes, Mornay, it's safe. We live there, don't worry. I asked her 20 times, listen, is it safe? Are you sure? And I mean, I was already a little bit skeptical taking Susan with me to this informal settlement. But she was actually very excited. I could see she was very excited to go and see where our domestic worker lives and all of that, and about the entire project as well. So in any case, one afternoon at 2 o'clock, we packed up everything and we went. I took my domestic worker with us, and we drove to Mamelodi. This now happened on the 15th of May 2019. Today it's about almost 2 weeks ago, yeah, so it's still fresh. But what happened was, I mean, we went to the informal settlement. I mean, as you drive into Mamelodi, it's dodgy, man. It's dirty. It's taxis everywhere. I immediately felt unsafe, and I told my domestic worker, listen here, is it safe, man? They both of the ladies started laughing at me. I was just like very nervous, but any case. So I mean, we drove into in Mamelodi in Tamaya Road, I think. It's one of the main roads in Mamelodi. And then my domestic worker said, turn left. I was like, turn left where? She's like, no, there was like a small dust road, man. I mean, yes, we hit that dust road, and it was like the worst road you can ever imagine. It's like potholes and stones on the road, and it was chaos, man. It was really chaos. We hit that dust road, and everywhere around us was just it's an informal settlement, man. It's like shacks all around us, and I was like, Yessie, are we safe, man? I asked her, Constance, I mean, are we safe? She's like, yes, man. Don't worry, man, everything is fine. Yes, man. We drove into that informal settlement. I would say roughly almost 2 kilometers inside the informal settlement. So we like smack bam in the middle of that informal settlement. That was scary, man. That was really scary, let me tell you. For a white dude, that is scary, man. In any case, we stopped at an informal settlement where this restaurant is going to be. Well, takeaway shop or whatever. And her shack was basically 2 shacks from our takeaway shack. She showed me where she lives. I mean, I met 2 gentlemen, her neighbor as well. He was a former chef, qualified chef for Sun International. He's without a job. Freaking amazing dude. I immediately thought, oh my word, man, we can involve you in the business and you can help out making food whenever our domestic worker's not there, whatever. Brilliant. Flipping amazing people. Really amazing. So we took measurements, we looked at electricity, we looked at water, whatever. Got into the car, we told her, listen, she actually asked if she can come with us, and I was just like, no man, don't stress, it's just a straight road with a small bend in it, and it's only 2 kilometers, it's fine. So we said our goodbyes, got into the car, and then drove out. On that extremely terrible dust road, okay, there was a guy driving in front of me, but extremely slow, man. I mean, this dude stopped for every single pothole, every single stone he stopped. I was just like getting really frustrated with this dude. I just overtook him. I was just like, no, flip, I'm not going to sit here. Overtook the guy, and then I would say 20-30 meters later, after overtaking this dude, 4 to 5 guys walked inside in front of my car with guns, and they said, "Whoa, stop." So that's where, I mean, I can remember a silver gun, and silver gun. Scary stuff, man. It's actually amazing how things work, because a month prior to this, I actually scrolled on YouTube just watching random videos, and I saw one video, what to do if you're ever hijacked. I was like, flip. Stupid. But I watched it. And let me tell you, I did exactly what that video said I must do. I just immediately put my hands in the air so that they can see I'm not a threat. I mean, you must understand, I've got a 30-year-old lady with me in the car, my employee, Susan. I mean, her safety was my top priority. So I immediately just lifted my hands up in the air. As I opened my door, I grabbed my phone, put it in the back of my pocket. But and then I just stood outside. I never looked any one of them in the eyes. I didn't want to be a threat for them. Just lifted my hands up in the air, and the one dude came. He tapped me all over my body to see if I've got any possessions on me, and obviously he felt my phone, so he took my phone out of my pocket. That's when another guy came into. He basically got into this the driver's seat. So I mean, Susan was now still in the car, 30-year-old lady, hey, still in the vehicle, and I could hear them screaming at her, listen, where's your phone, where's your handbag, where's your phone? And with us being at the informal settlement, she locked her bag in the boot, her handbag. Yeah, but the guys were extremely jumpy. Every movement that I make, this guy is just like you know, he's like, I was freaking waiting for that gun to go off. It was like, you are like a millimeter away from death at any moment, and it can happen at any time. You know, people always say, "Yeah, but you must do this and you must do that," and smack the gun out of his hand. Or you can't do that, man. I mean, you're a centimeter away from death. I mean, really. But in any case, so yeah, what happened was that I reached down to press the boot button because I can hear them screaming at her, "Where's her hand back?" And this guy's just again. I'm like, oh, flap. I was just like, I just want to open the boot. I just want to open the boot. Open the boot, and then I basically walked away with my hands in the air. I walked away from the vehicle. When I turned to my right, I thought I thought in my head, okay, by this time she must also have gotten out and walked out with me. That's when I realized, oh my flip, where is she? She's still in the freaking car, man, and the guys are already climbing in. I think that was probably the worst for me, eh? Yeah, that was hectic. So yeah, I mean, I just immediately rushed back towards the car, and there was a guy standing by her door. Immediately, gun again pointed towards me, and I was just like, get her out. I want her out, please. Just get her out. Praise God, man. They let her get out of the vehicle, and I took her, and we just walked away from the vehicle. And they got into the car, and they drove off. You know, I'm glad to still be alive, man. I'm glad that I can still share the story with you, man. So yeah, I mean, after that, they took everything, our phones, our wallets, everything. We were like, I mean, my car drove off. We were like in the middle of a informal settlement with nothing. Praise God, I overtook that dude on that dust road, because he was now an eyewitness to everything that occurred in front of him. He was just like, he was sitting in that vehicle with his eyes just like this. And I mean, we immediately went to his vehicle and knocked at his window. I was like, "Hello, can you help us?" And he just sat there. He was like, gone. I'm like, "Can you help us, please? Hello?" And he's just like, "Yes, I can help you." Shocked, man. He's just like gone. Completely gone. I was like, shame, man. Anyways, yes, I'm so grateful. I mean, this guy's name is Davison. So Davison, if you ever see this video, I really appreciate what you've done for us, man. Yo. But in any case, I mean, his music was so loud. He was just pumping music, and he's just sitting there. I mean, we got into his vehicle. I'm like, "Can you turn the music down?" He's like, "Yes." Turns the music down. It's like, yeah, shame, dude, he's just gone. I was just like, "Dude, I'll pay you anything. Just get us out of here, please, man." And we checked, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Flip. He just drove. This dude was not the... Let's just say he's got a lot of patience, man. He drove so slowly. Oh my word. Stopped at every potholes, and we were just like freaking out, man. We want to get out of that place, man. Just get us to a place of safety. Yo, but in any case, yeah. Yeah, shame, man. I mean, we didn't have a lot of patience with him. He took shortcuts through the Mamelodi. I mean, I didn't have a cooking clue where I was. After a while, the lady that went with me, my employee, she's just like, "Listen, where's this guy taking us?" I was just like, flipping, I don't know. I'm like, "Dude, sorry, man, where are you taking us?" He's just like, no, I'm taking a shortcut through Mamelodi. The main roads are full of traffic." I'm like, "Dude, get us to a main road. I don't care about traffic, man. Just take us there, please. As soon as you can." Yes, and it's just traffic everywhere, and it's just, I mean, we just wanted to get out of that place, man, as soon as possible. Flip. So luckily he was a taxified driver. and he was on his way to go and fetch a client in Hatfield. Yes, that's when we got into the vehicle. Praise God that I overtook that guy. Can you imagine two white people standing there alone in the middle of an informal settlement with nothing on you? We cannot phone anyone. We cannot pay anyone to take us anywhere. It's chaos, man. Oh my word. So yeah, what happened was that on our way to my home now, which was quite a drive away from Mamelodi, I saw our church standing there. I'm luckily in CRC. It's Christian Revival Church in Pretoria East. Incredible church, absolutely amazing. So the pastors, we immediately just stopped there, ran out of the car, and asked for one of our pastors. They were really amazing. I mean, they gave us the cell phones just to quickly stop all our cards and stuff, and my banking card and business cards and credit cards and whatever. And that's when we phoned our families as well. I phoned my wife to come and fetch us and all of that. So yeah, last thoughts, that's basically how we got hijacked. I would say everything worked out. Everything worked out really, really good. We were not harmed. We were not shot at. I mean, there was a split second when I saw the gun. There was a split second in my mind where I thought, I'm just going to hit the gas and just either run over him or just go past him quickly. You cannot do that, man. I mean, I've got someone else in the vehicle, and yeah, I mean, I'm probably still alive because of her being in the vehicle. You know, I mean, I didn't want to take any chances, man. I mean, our safety was my main priority throughout that entire experience. So yeah, it was hectic, man. It really was. I mean, we then immediately went. Myself and my wife went to the police station to report the whole thing, and that was a complete mission on its own. I'm not even going to go in there. Yeah, someone fetched our kids from school. I mean, everything happened at 2 o'clock in the broad daylight, man. So yeah, my wife came to fetch us. Someone fetched our kids from school, and they were still at the school actually. It was late in the afternoon, 6 o'clock at rugby and whatever. Yes, when I saw my kids for the first time, I cracked, man. On that rugby field, I just cried. It was such a relief just to see them again, man. I mean, I could have never seen them again. That could have been my last moments on this earth. And my kids, I mean, there's a chance that my kids would have grown up without a father. And so yeah, that's hectic. That's really hectic. I'm just so glad to be alive, man. I just want to thank my Heavenly Father for protecting me. So that was interesting to me. And I mean, another interesting thing for me was when I got back home, when I walked inside my home and we locked the gate, closed the door, I felt safe again. I was like, yo, I'm in a safe environment where I am loved, where I'm cared for. And yeah, that messed me up as well. Yeah, that messed me up as well. So yeah, that was our hijacking experience. Now, obviously, the lady my employee that was with me, she also shared her experience with me. And they actually kept her inside the vehicle. They stopped her from exiting the vehicle. So I'm just so grateful, man. Can you imagine seeing that vehicle leaving with her inside of it? Yeah, that would have been... I'm just grateful that we are okay. I'm grateful that I'm still alive, man. I really am. So yeah, that is the experience. I'm going to talk about lessons learned next, in my next video. Stay tuned.